The top right side of the Type Report tab is where you type your report. Sections that have text that is grayed out are not editable. The tutor only detects things written in the final diagnosis and microscopic sections. You type your report much like you would in a word processor, and your goal is to create a real pathology report for the case you're viewing. As you type, the system tries to extract useful information from your report. The text you type will turn different colors. These colors have important meanings. So let me type a couple of things to demonstrate that for you. So now, as you can see, different things are different colors, and you can also see it up here with the items that were carried over from the Make Diagnosis tab. Some things turned blue, some stay black, and some turn red. So let me explain what these different colors mean. Black text means that it is something that is not recognized as important by the system. This could be words such as the, which do not have any importance to the overall content. So here, as you can see, and stayed black, is stayed black. These words just are not important to the overall content. However, it can also be items that do not hold any prognostic value, such as solar keratosis. However, they can also be things that are important to include in your report, but are simply not understood by the system and need to be reworded. Blue text, as you see, most of my text here is blue. Blue text means it is something that is important to include in your report, and the system recognized it. So you'll want there to be a good number of blue items in your report. So as you can see, the system understood that I said it's superficial spreading melanoma, it's in situ and invasive. It understands that I said Clark's level. It understood I'm saying the level is 4, and it understands the feature ulceration. Now, red text, any text that turns red, means that there's a mistake with it, and an error message appears in red in the message area. So as you see, it's telling me that ulceration is not present in this case. You can also see the same message by mousing over the feature that has a mistake associated with it, and it'll say the same text. Now, if there's a mistake in your report that you feel should not need to be fixed, you can ignore the mistake by using the Ignore Mistakes option. If you right-click on a mistake, you can just say, just right-click on it, and as you see, you get several options, and one of them is Ignore Mistakes. If you select that, you will get a pop-up with a frustration meter where you can rate your frustration, and you can just say whatever you think is wrong. This is just an example to show, but again, like I said, if you feel that if you think that the tutor is telling you there's a mistake that you actually think is not true, you think what you're saying is really right, you can go ahead and ignore mistakes if you wish. But again, for the colors of the text, it's important to understand that the blue text means it's something the tutor recognized as important and it understood it. Black text means it's just something the tutor did not understand as being important to the report. And red text means there's an error, there's a mistake associated with that thing. Now, there are some features that make the tutor work much like a word processor. For example, you can cut, copy, and paste text. To do that, you would highlight the text that you want to cut or copy. So just use your mouse to highlight whatever text you want to cut or copy. And you right-click on it. And as you can see, you get cut, copy, and paste options. So I'll select cut, just left-click on cut. And as you can see, now the text is gone. And if I move my mouse cursor down a little bit, I'll just click down there. That's where I want to paste it. And I'll right click my mouse and I get a paste option. So I'll choose paste. And as you can see, the tutor pasted it for me. There's also a spell checker to provide spelling. So if you mistype something, so now as you can see, it got underlined in red, kind of like how you would see in a regular word processor. And so you can see what words are misspelled, but just by looking for the red underlining. Now if I right click on that item, as you can see, I get a bunch of spelling suggestions for that word. So you can spell check that way, just checking individual words by right clicking on the word. You can also spell check the entire report by clicking the spell check button. So if I click on that, the tutor will go through each of my misspellings one by one and provide suggestions for me. You can use the ignore, change, and cancel buttons as you wish, but again, you could just click on whatever suggestion you want to be changing it to. And I'll click the change button, and when the tutor's done going through all of your spelling errors, it'll tell you that the spell check is done.